My name is Georgette Gorman. I'm up here on your screen. I don't know if you can see me or not. Um, I'm going to be working the chat forum, so if you have any questions at any time, just chat away with me, and I will relay the message to Deborah as soon as I'm able to. Um, we appreciate your being here, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. So go ahead and take it away, Deborah.
Well, hello, everybody. Like we just said, happy Friday. I think Pam's the only one stuck in really bad cold weather. So I'm here in Dallas, Texas. And my name's Deborah Tran. I work as an adjunct faculty for Grand Canyon University. And I teach in the College of Nursing and Healthcare Professions. And I'm just going to go through the slides here. So that's the only picture you get to see of me. I get to nicely select a good picture to show you guys. But I've been adjunct faculty for 3.5 years. I teach in the RN to BSN program, and I like to try to find ways to integrate technology into the classroom. So when I had the opportunity to talk about Loom, I thought, oh, well, this is great. I can kind of demonstrate to other people who maybe haven't used it what I like to do in the classroom. Now, this is a 3-part series, so today we're really just going to be talking about signing up. But I did want to have just disclosures here. I don't have any financial ties to Loom. I actually discovered it when I came out for a faculty day, when I joined the faculty advisory board this last year. And so I think I'm coming close to ending my year on the faculty advisory board, but I have been very happy to have this opportunity to talk to you guys today. So what would I be if I didn't have a slide for objectives? So this is, like I said, the first part of a 3-part series on Loom. So the very first element we're going to talk about is, why would you want to use it? What would you use it for? Just really on the basis level. And then I'm going to show you guys how to sign up today. If you don't have a Loom account, it's entirely free. And then in the second part, we're actually going to be looking at how you'd actually use Loom, like help to create a video and show where you could put some of those links in for your students. And this is something that you could actually use in other ways as well. I've used it for other things in speaking with friends of mine if they're trying to find a way and they need a visual way to see how to do something. I've used Loom for that as well. So like I said, we're going to look at how to sign up today. So really, what is Loom? It's a very simple to use program. It's free, and it allows you to do a video tape of your speech. It could be feedback, and then you can also have an option to have audio as well. So you'll see as we go into next week, you can have an image, a static image of your face show while you demonstrate things on your screen, or you can actually have a live video of yourself as well as creating a live video on your screen, or you can do a combination of those. So what's it good for in the classroom? It really allows you to have another creative way to give feedback and give information to your students, to individual students or to full classes. So I've found that in my program, some of the newer students need just a little more help navigating through LoudCloud. So I'll sometimes give them a little tutorial of where to find the hot tips for them. And then the nice thing is once you make a link like that, where it's not specific to one student, as long as you're not showing any information about a student, these links endure for multiple classes. And again, like I said before, you can display your entire screen, or you can select just a particular window that you want to show. You can make unlimited length videos, so if you want to record for a whole day, you could. It does give you a little prompt after 2 hours, though. And the great thing is it will store unlimited videos. So let's say you had some longer videos demonstrating certain things, and then obviously with the video capacity and the audio capacity, this could, get larger over time, but there's unlimited space to store all these videos. I think the best part about this is there's no ads. Some of the other features that I've seen that I've wanted to use technology-wise have had a lot of ads when they have a free version. Right now, you don't have that. And then can't stress it enough, it's free. They are expecting to release a pro version later on, and there might be a charge with that later on, but right now there's no fee at all. So again, why would you want to use it? And this is kind of a little bit of the view you might see. It's a very simple way to record videos. So you can kind of see, this gives you a little preview of what you see once it's downloaded, but you can see you're given an option of doing your full desktop, your current tab. Do you want audio, no audio, screen and camera, screen only, camera only. So it's a fairly easy selection to get yourself started. But why would somebody use it? Again, tutorial videos, navigating through LoudCloud, navigating through something else that you might use within your program. So for instance, in the nursing program, they have a new thing called Shadow Health, so you can help your students navigate through that. You could also create a tutorial to show them how to navigate something in the Student Success Center. So if you want to help get somebody to a writing workshop, or you want to show them how to get to the PowerPoint tutorial, all those things, you could create a video, and it could be a video that would last for multiple classes. You could also make individual feedback videos. So you could, if you were going through an entire paper, but you noticed that it was very difficult to help somebody understand the concept, and writing it out, you maybe felt wouldn't get them the correct feedback, and maybe explaining it live would help. You could actually point to a section in the paper and then give verbal feedback instead of having to retype everything that you want to tell them. Something else that we've used it for is you can make fun introductions for class. So I still use the old version of LoudCloud. I'm not in the newer version yet. So we can't post photos in our class wall. So sometimes we allow people to find a way to do these little fun introduction videos so that people can get to know each other. And then the other aspect of it is your understanding. So some of the RN to BSN courses, and I believe Georgette told me also that some of the other schools have this requirement that the students have to use Loom. So it's really good if you have an understanding of it as well, because they are obviously going to come to you as the content expert on how to use it. So just some of the general setup, the things that you want to know about your computer. So the great thing is this works on a PC or a Mac. And when I say a PC, it's really a laptop PC. So there's a desktop version where you can actually view things, but you won't be able to create a video on a desktop right now. So even if you have a camera or a microphone, currently you still need to have a laptop with that built-in camera and microphone to create a video. But you can watch your videos on a desktop, again, Mac or PC. So I'm actually doing this on a Mac, and then I have a PC laptop at home. So I've tried it on both, and it does work equally well. There's not really a distinction in my mind on which works better. Obviously with a laptop, most of them have cameras and microphones, so it's kind of nice because there's no additional setup for that. The one big requirement that you have to have in addition to creating videos on a laptop is that you have to have a Google Chrome web browser. So again, you'll be allowed to view videos in Safari, Firefox, multiple other browsers, but to actually make the video, you're going to need Google Chrome web browser. And you'll see as we get a little bit further along, you'll see where there's actually an attachment, and we'll show you that later on. The important thing though is for your students is they can view these videos in any browser they have. So if you were to assign a video for them to watch to help them understand how to create one of their assignments, you don't have to worry that they need to be locked into a particular browser, or that they can't tell you that they can't do it because they don't have the browser that you made it in. So we're going to kind of get into the meat and the potatoes of how do we get to creating our own Loom account. And there's a couple ways you can do that. So I put some of this information in here so that when people watch the video later on, they should be able to find this really easy. So because you need a Google Chrome web browser, you could just pull up Google and actually search with the word Loom. And you see the very first search comes up is actually that website. And so you just want to click right on that top one there. So I'm just going to show you. right here. This is the one you want. And sorry, that's not a perfect circle, but you want to go ahead and click on this one here. And then the other thing is you can also use the web address, and it's called www.useloom.com. I am trying to find my mouse so I can actually advance to the next page. I think we froze here. Okay, let me see. I'm having a technical challenge here. My mouse won't let me go forward. Let's see.
Maybe stop sharing and then share.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
I got it here. I just got to get rid of that. Clear all drawings. There we go. Yeah, it wouldn't show me my mouse at all. Okay, so moving on. Once you click on that top Loom icon, this is actually what you'll get. You'll get a page of theirs where they'll kind of tell you a little bit about installation and kind of a little bit of information on why you would want to have Loom. There's actually a couple videos you'll see on the next screen as well that you can toggle through. But one of the important things is when you get to this this page, right after you click on there, you'll see this blue box down here that says install on Chrome. If you're not in the Chrome browser, it actually will be blank. So that's why you will know that you're in the wrong browser to upload Loom. So if it says install on Chrome, you're good, you're in the right browser, you can actually click on that blue button and it will take you to the next page here. And so you will go through just a couple screens like this where they'll kind of give their little ad on why they feel you should use it. And then also there's a couple videos here that are real simple as well on their website that show you how to create your first video. So as you come to this screen, you can see you can kind of toggle through the different videos. One's on creation of video, one's on why you would have it, but we're actually going to go up to the blue box in the upper right hand corner that says add to Chrome. And what you'll have is you'll have this little pop-up box, and they just want to make sure, are you sure that you want to add this? Obviously lots of computers have that that need to make sure that we're not downloading unsafe things to our computer. And I actually, when I did this, I did it on my work computer that has a firewall, and it did allow me to add this. So you'll get this small pop-up box, and it'll ask you if you want to add this extension, and it's because it's going to add it to your actual browser. So you do want to click Add Extension here. And then you'll see very quickly it will upload, and you can see with my purple arrow, you'll have this what we call a rosette. And it'll be right next to your minimize button. And that rosette is your simple icon to create a Loom video. And if you wanted to remove it, it's just as simple as hitting that remove button, but it's on your browser. It doesn't add anything additional unless you try to attempt to create a video, but otherwise it doesn't interfere with anything else that you do in Chrome. So once you actually download this, now you need to get an account so that you can actually have a place to store your videos, and they'll also give you feedback. So if somebody's watching a video later on and they like your video, or if they have questions during your video, they can give additional feedback. And so you need a Loom account so that that information can actually go somewhere. So when you click on that icon the very first time, and we call it a rosette because it looks a little bit like a flower, you'll have another little pop-up box that will come up just like this, and it will ask you to sign in or sign up. So obviously if you already had an account, you could sign in. So for instance, if you had, like I said, that I have 2 different laptops, or if you have a family with a kid or a spouse that also wanted to use the Loom account, you could actually sign in on 2 computers and have the same Loom account on that. If you didn't want to do that and you want to keep it separate, then you could choose the sign up option. So for here, we're assuming nobody has a Loom account, so you want to go ahead and switch that sign in to sign up. and it will give you different options. Nowadays, everything wants to be linked to either a Google account or Facebook account or whatnot. But we're actually just going to sign up through an email account. The other little caveat that I will mention about this is that you don't have to have a Google email. So when I did this, I actually used my GCU email just because all of you would have a GCU email. So go ahead and click from sign in to sign up. And then you're actually going to choose that email selection. And again, if you had a Google account, you could also link it to that, but we're going to demonstrate how to do it with email because we know that you all have a GCU email address. So once you click sign up, it'll ask you to enter in an email. It'll ask you to create a password. And it doesn't ask for a confirmation of password. So that's kind of important to remember. You want to write this password down. Also remember which email address you used. And then you have to click the finish button at the bottom after you view your terms of service. When you click, it will actually bring up two more little pop-up buttons, and it will ask you just some questions that will help personalize your use. So they want to know if you're going to use Loom for work, personal, or education. And I chose education for this. And then if you choose education, then they'll want to know if you're a student or a teacher. And I stress again here, your students, if they wanted to create an account or need to create an account for a classroom assignment, they can do this, but to just view a video, they don't have to create an account. They can just click on the link to watch a video. So once you choose teacher, then you get this screen and it says you're all signed up and you're ready to go. And you'll actually have the little rosette icon up there where you could make your first video. So this is really all it takes to sign up. The other thing that you just want to mention is obviously once you send your account or you sign up for your account with your email, it will send an email confirming your choice to sign up. And so you will need to validate your account. And we kind of mentioned this here. So just some additional information about Loom is it will send an email to your to whichever email address that you use to sign up. So if anybody forwards their email, for instance, I have my GCU email forwarded to an email I use all the time. You want to go into that original email to verify it. Again, there's a desktop app and a laptop app. And the desktop lap is the application that you would use to create videos is not ready yet. But if you go to the Loom website, you will see them mention desktop app. But what they want you to do is to sign up. So when the desktop app comes out, those are the people who are going to get first-time access to it. You don't have to use the desktop application. Really, the laptop is the best choice because you can create your videos and view them there. So it's better just to have it there. If you have a Google browser on your desktop and it's linked to another one, for instance, if somebody uses Google on a regular basis and you sign into your Google account on a desktop and you use the same sign in on your laptop, it generally will transfer the way it looks to both. So you may have a rosette icon on your desktop, but that doesn't mean that it will allow you to record a video on your desktop. Again, you could create multiple accounts if you wanted to. You don't really need to unless there's a reason why you need to keep it private. But when you create videos for your students, it's not like the students are going into your account to see the video. So there is no real reason to keep multiple accounts, but you could do that if you wanted to personalize things for work versus being an instructor at GCU versus if you were a student. For instance, I'm working on my doctoral program, so I have a different account for student videos and one for instructor videos. The other big element that I mentioned before is the viewing versus creating videos. Again, you can view in any browser. You can view on a desktop or a laptop, and I believe I've had some of my students actually view it on their phone as well. But it's usually somebody who's clicking the link from LoudCloud. They're saving it on their phone, which isn't the best way to look at LoudCloud, but some of the students do it. And that can be done on a lot of different modalities to view. But when you create videos, you have to be on a laptop with a camera and a microphone. And you also have to have a Google Chrome browser. So there's a little more information you need for creating videos versus viewing. That's just important to keep in mind. And then the other thing is there's no account set up for viewing them. So if students are concerned about having to create an account to look at your videos, you can kind of ease their mind that they don't need to do that. There's no additional things. They're essentially clicking on a web link and looking at something. That's the gist of the work that they have to do. So again, I put the website here for you as well, and the reference is really the Loom site. And so I put my email here in case you have questions after. I think Georgette's going to tell me if we have any questions for now. But your homework for this assignment would be is if you don't have a Loom account, to go try and make one. That way next week, you could look to see, you can maybe make a live video at the same time.
And we'll still stay on the line if you want to try to work through it now. Dr. Whalen is asking, what percentage of your students participate in Loom?
So depending on the class, I find that certain students need Loom a little bit more than other students. So some classes require that they make a video, and then that's obviously 100% of the class. But if I'm doing it in terms of a tour of LoudCloud for them, then I would say out of a 25 student class, it's probably 20% 5 students.
The online full-time faculty that we have here at GCU, I believe, uses it quite extensively.
Okay.
Especially for feedback. Dr. Whalen's asking me if I use Flipgrid. I use Flipgrid, if that's what he's talking about, because the online full-time faculty use that as well. I like Loom. I also like Zoom, and I also like Screencast-O-Matic, and it's funny that I use them all for very different things. I like Loom for feedback because if I attach the link to the comments section, I can actually see if they've read it, whereas now if I can spend, a half hour on feedback and they may not even read it and I'm not aware. But with Loom, you can see if they've read individual feedback, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, you do get a weekly video or a weekly email back from Loom telling you how many views you've had. You also get kind of synopsis of if anybody liked a video. People can put feedback within the video you actually give to them.
Lisa is sharing, I prefer Screencast-O-Matic for training. The yellow circle takes the eyes with it. I use Screencast-O-Matic and as well for training. I like it. And I like the editing features it has with it too. And it's free for the first 15 minutes. But then I like Zoom for this type of thing. So I use them all, and it's they all have their purposes for me. Is there anybody online now who has not yet created a Loom account and would like to walk through it? You can respond in the chat form if you can. Deborah, are you able to walk them actually through doing it? Maybe we can walk a couple of them through.
Yeah, I wonder, there's no way to allow them to talk, is there?
No, not for this kind of meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If they send a message saying, I'm at this stage or whatnot, and they're having trouble, then I can kind of get to what stage they're at and help them.
Why don't we start off at the, just at a Google search screen.
Okay. Now I will say, because mine's already installed up here, it's not going to allow me to do the installation again. But when I put in Loom, it'll come up just like you saw. I'm going to pop open his chat here.
Pam wants to know if these slides will be sent to us. This video is being recorded, so I can send it out Immediately, yeah. Well, I have to edit the first 10 minutes off where we were just chit-chatting. But yeah, I can send them out. I have a list from Zoom as to who's attended, which is why we set it up as a webinar, so I get that list.
So you would click on the, oh, see, and mine's going to pull up. Because I click on Loom and I already have an account, it's going to click up what I already have.
So that's a good way to show them the different videos, the way to access your own videos, though, because I personally don't think that's super intuitive.
Yeah, so, and like I said, we'll go through how to make one in the future,
Right.
but you'll see if you were to try to hit the rosette here, it really just wants to go, oh, you get to see a picture of me now. It really just wants to go through, and sorry, it's Go Red Day today, so I do have red lipstick on. That's not the norm for me. But we were taking pictures earlier for, it's Women's Heart Prevention today. But yeah, if you hit the rosette up here, it automatically wants to put you right into that mode.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do the Google search, it's only going to give me my account because I'm already signed in.
So Sherry is asking, if I create my account on a work laptop, can I then get it on my home laptop as well?
So the way you could do that is if you're logged into, do you have a Google email? So this one here, this computer I'm on, this is my home PC or Mac PC. So Google accounts are free. If you create a Google, so if you go into a Google browser, you create a Google email, whatever you have on your Google email, all your apps here, then if you log into that at home with the Google Gmail, it will carry whatever you have on this browser to the other browser.
So a lot of people don't realize that when you have Gmail, you automatically have a Google account.
Yeah. So if you have Gmail and you open up the Chrome browser and you log into your Gmail, then it'll allow you whatever you have saved on that one, you can take to another. So you'll find a lot of your students are using Google Docs if they're doing class projects. And so that's another aspect. If you have your documents in there, then it'll save it and take it home. So yeah, you would just have to create a free Gmail account. You can add it to your work computer, and then you can use the same thing at home.
Sherry says she does have a Gmail account.
Any other questions? Is John trying to?
John says that he did create it and is going to attempt a video before our next session next week. Rachel, I think, asked, how long will it take prior to the webinar to be available? Okay, so I've answered that already. I'll try and get this one out tonight. So I'll edit it as soon as we're done and get it out tonight so that you can see it.
And I see Lisa said something about February 14th should be Go Red Day. Yeah, it has more to do with stroke and heart prevention. I have a neuroscience program manager position as my other job. So we do all this work to help with heart disease and stroke prevention.
So there's a few people. Heather is on the line. Heather, did you create or add the Chrome extension? Were you able to do that? I could ask the same question of Justina and Lisa and Pam. Okay, Heather says she has it. Great. So then next Friday, we're going to actually go through the creation of a video.
Yes. And we'll actually show some places as well that we can place those videos in Loud Cloud.
Right. So we'll go over the announcements, feedback, and then even if you want to do like a flipped classroom with content.
And Justina, I see you said you want some support with making a video. Were you the one who couldn't attend next week?
No, that's somebody different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's actually saying yes. I thought there was somebody else. That we're going to record all sessions, so we can send you the recording of that one as well.
Yeah, and you know, it's fun. The very first time you do it, you maybe don't want to be on camera, but then after a while you get used to it. And my biggest tip is check your background before you start recording a video.
I'm finally getting a little okay with it, so I'll show my picture in the beginning, and then I'm done, so they can at least know that I'm a real person, and if they can't tell by all my mistakes. And then that's the other thing too, I have to get used to not being perfect on video.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's like the first time people get up to do a presentation in front of a class. You know, they just have to get used to that. Nobody's as critical as we are about ourselves.
Right. All right, so we're going to continue to hang on the line for anybody who wants some support just in adding that extension. So if you already have the extension, if you want to play, that's fantastic. If you want to wait until next week when we go over the actual making of a video, we hope to see you back then. But otherwise, we're not going to be presenting any new content for the remaining hour. So feel free to leave if you're done with us, or hang on if you'd like some more support.
And thank you all for coming too.
Yeah, have a blessed day.